What's going on, world? This is the 32nd episode of the Bet on This podcast. I am 1K Watts.
And I'm Mike.
And we got Sean and Andreas behind the boards.
What up, what up?
Yo. How we feeling this week?
Good, man. Another Sunday of football. Took a couple L's in fantasy. You completely wrecked me.
I raw dogged you.
Yeah, I had to bring that up before you did, so I just had to put it out there.
You didn't even break 100.
No.
Rough week.
Yeah, nobody really did anything. It shit happens. It's all good. I need Eckler to be back. So
okay, that'll fix it.
Yeah, it'll fix some of it.
Yeah.
But I thought I had you at the beginning of the week, and I was talking to shit in the last episode too. So this is a different kind of segment on the Bet on Us podcast.
You got to give me head.
We did bet head.
Yeah, you owe me head right now.
So the full video will be out on our OnlyFans. But man, Chargers got a dub today. I need to.
It was close.
I need to go off. Well,
Okay.
it's, first and foremost, we need to preface it with it being it was a division game.
Right.
Divisional games are always different. I mean, Washington and the
I know.
Eagles today.
Look, I know.
Close game. We'll touch on that in a minute. It was the same thing. So we had Justin Herbert got hurt, got his finger kind of like bent up in somebody's face mask, so had to go put a big splint on it. So our second half yards were not very great. But it comes down to coaching. Brandon Staley's calling our defensive plays, and time again, our defense. So before I get into what happened in the fourth quarter, our defense, I'm seeing Khalil Mack back in coverage a lot,
and he still got 7 sacks.
and he still got 7. Was it 6 or 7?
I think he got the 7th.
Okay, but Khalil Mack went off today, dude. And I'm looking at these guys, and when Joe Bosa's in, we run a lot of formations to where they're kind of like in an up stance and drop back in coverage, and I don't like that. I don't like it at all.
Yeah.
He's supposed to be a defensive guru, and we have all this talent on the defensive end, and he's not. Our defense is allowing people to score. I think we have one of the worst ranked defenses in the league.
Is he just trying to fool the offense? Like maybe, hey, these guys are about to rush, and then they drop back in the coverage.
That's being too cute.
And yeah.
You got Joey Bosa and Khalil Mack rush him.
Yeah.
Every time. And then again at the end of the game, 4th and 1, did what we did last week, up by a touchdown on the Raiders. 4th and 1, tried to do our version of the tush push that the Eagles do so well and got stuffed at our own 34-yard line. Gave the ball back again in our territory. Second week in a row, we're having to have our defense bail us out over and over again. And we're not going to be able to do this against good teams.
Right.
We can't do that shit when we come back up. We have a bye week and we come back against the Cowboys and the Chiefs. We can't give the Chiefs the ball on our 25-yard line when we're only up by a touchdown. I just don't get the play calling. And it's questionable coaching decision after questionable coaching decision week after week. Like, we got to win, but I'm not really confident.
To be fair, I think you beat the Cowboys because if you can, if you apply pressure and get past their defense, their offense seems to struggle.
If we can score, Dak isn't going to play from behind and beat us.
Right.
But again, we still need to be able to score.
When do you guys play the Chiefs anyway? Is that coming up soon? I know it's a divisional game, right?
We have a bye week next week. Then the Cowboys, which I think is October 17th, and then the Chiefs after that.
Yeah, because I mean, honestly, in your guys' division, dude, I feel like it's just kind of you and the Chiefs. I mean, the Broncos and the Raiders aren't really much of a factor.
Did you see the Broncos the first half? Jesus.
They squeaked it out today, though.
They
barely came back.
They flipped the script in the second half, but the Broncos made Justin Fields look like an MVP caliber player.
The Bears fucking suck, though.
The Bears are bad. But in the first half, he was like 23 or 24 throwing for like 4 touchdowns and 285 yards. Like, it's ridiculous.
I saw something on Chase Claypool. He used to be a Steeler, right? So I kind of like keep up with him and like how he's doing over there. And I guess the head coach told him like not even to fucking show up, like stay at home. I was like, damn, I thought they just benched him, for like lack of effort, but they told him don't even show up.
That happened week 1.
So that's rough.
In week 1, remember there was all the clips that went like viral. There was the highlight tape of him just like standing there.
You saw his interview this week, right?
Yeah, I didn't see the interview.
They were like, do you think they're utilizing you to the best of your ability? And he was like, no. And I think that's why he's like, hey, don't come in, dude.
Nobody's happy though, but even Justin Fields is taking shots at the coaching staff.
I think it's the talent too. I think they lack talent. I think Claypool's only good when the quarterback can make him good.
They're bad all the way around the board.
Yeah, I don't think
there's not a good team.
Nothing that impresses me on that team.
The last time I saw Claypool decent was whenever we still had Big Ben.
Big Ben, yeah.
And like he looked very promising as a rookie, and then after that, just all downhill.
Yeah. Might be that man just got paid. And sometimes that motivation to work is hard. I mean, but like, even if you don't get the big contract, you've still made millions of dollars.
Yeah.
The work ethic goes away a little bit when you make a lot of money, dude. When you're waking up in satin sheets in the morning, it's hard to get up and go work out.
Yeah.
So maybe he's just a dud. Maybe he doesn't have that dog in him. But now let's get your thoughts on the Washington and Eagles game.
So Eagles Commanders. Last year we were 9-0 and the Commanders beat us. That one hurt. Commanders always seem to play like there's rent due against us. You know, it's a divisional game. They play well. They know the chips are usually stacked against them. And sometimes they get the best of us. This week
It was close.
it was chippy, dude. A lot of people, AJ Brown going back and forth with their cornerbacks. You know, It was chippy on both sides. We had a lot of dumb penalties. That game could have been a lot easier, but we shot ourselves in the foot quite a bit. Our defense didn't come through sometimes. Sometimes they did come through. I'm still a lot of offensive play calls really flabbergasted me, dude. It was like 3rd and 5, I think, in their zone, and we called a QB sneak down the middle that the play was supposed to open up on our O-line. Didn't open up, and then we run the ball at like 3rd and 10 right after. We didn't run the ball, or we ran the ball and didn't score.
Yeah.
So just situationally, we're just not playing well on offense. But we snuck it out. We won, dude.
The thing that scares me a little bit with the Eagles, obviously they still won. If you guys can't develop that run game, your pass game your pass game feeds off of your run attack so much.
Right. Our run game was pretty developed. I mean, DeAndre Swift had a touchdown.
No, you guys played great. I'm just saying in future situations, if you guys can't dominate the ground, are you worried about your ability to go pass the ball down the field and
No,
compete?
because I feel like once Jalen just gets into a little rhythm, you start completing short passes, 15, 10-yard passes. I think we grow off of that. I think that's what builds us. And then once we start hitting those, the run game opens up.
Yeah.
Because now the middle linebackers are like, okay, I can't let one slide by me.
Now I can't just
you know?
crowd the box.
Right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we're pretty dynamic on offense. We just have to capitalize in situations when it matters. Our defense made some stops, and we didn't score on offense. And then we didn't get off to a good start to start. We were down 17-7 to start the game.
Yeah,
and
went
I
down
think
quick.
when we're down like that early going into halftime, it's like, fuck, we got to do what we can.
I saw one of the graphics during the game. I watched most of it, and it said when you guys are trailing in the second half, you're like 0-5.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Jalen proved that wrong today, you know?
Yeah, it was big for Jalen.
We had some big plays when it mattered.
Did he throw a bad pick today?
No pick today.
No pick? Okay.
No pick. He made some big plays when it mattered, though. Devontae Smith went up and grabbed one before the halftime, got us in the field goal range. And then AJ Brown had 2 big ones when it mattered, you know?
Yeah. Jalen Hurts was accurate with his passing, too. There was that one pass to AJ Brown on the outside.
Dropped it right in the basket.
Beat the corner, but safety still over top and just dropped it right in a little perfect 2-foot window where he could catch it. It was on the money. A little dime.
But yeah, dude, I'm happy we won. We're 4-0. Running division. There's only 2 4-0 teams.
Yep.
So I think maybe we might meet them in the NFC Championship.
Oh.
I was going to ask, do you think Washington just plays you guys tough, or do you think they're actually like a decent football team?
I don't think they're a decent football team. I think they play us tough. I think Sam Howell had a great plan today with his offensive coordinators. Get the ball out quick before our guys could get to him. Short passes. Hold the ball as long as they can on offense. They did that really well. They also got their ass beat last week by the Bills. I think he had 5 interceptions. So.
Bills are looking good, though, dude.
Yeah.
See what they did to the Dolphins today? Damn.
They beat up on the Dolphins.
I didn't-
48-20.
It's crazy,
40,
like watching these teams like get into their groove. Because like, remember week 1? I think the Bills were like one of the. I don't know if it was the first game of the season, but
They
like
lost, right?
they looked like shit.
Yeah.
I think it was against the Jets. Yeah, they
yeah.
lost to the Jets with no Aaron Rodgers. Looked like shit, and then like ever since then they've looked pretty damn good.
Yeah, and I think coming into this game, they were 9-1 against the Bills in the regular season when it's been Josh Allen versus Tua. So I think the Bills just have the Dolphins' number up to this point. Tua had no time.
We've talked about that.
Yeah, that's what killed. What I noticed week 1 when the Chargers played him, he had too much time. And when you have guys like Waddle and Tyreek Hill that have this ridiculous speed on top of the running backs out of the backfield, if you're letting him dance around, there's going to be somebody open somewhere downfield. The Bills did a good job applying pressure, and Tua couldn't dance around in the pocket and pick apart the defense.
Yeah, I think people might figure out the Dolphins.
Yeah.
You know, I think there's an obvious game plan. I don't think the Broncos were good enough to get anywhere near that. But I think the good teams apply some pressure up front. I think it creates some problems for Tua.
Yeah. I don't.
And their defense is kind of
They're
trash.
still going to be a good team. Their defense isn't good. We saw the Bills capitalize on turnovers. I think they scored 2 touchdowns off of short fields.
Right.
Josh Allen had a couple spectacular throws, so they got behind, and as soon as they fell behind, I don't think they're going to be super good from playing from behind.
So are there weak points, the O-line and the defense? I saw every time I turned that game on in the morning, Tua was getting sacked.
Yeah, their O-line got beat up. Or is the Bills' defense just that good?
They've never been that good. you know?
They've always been solid. Yeah, I think they're pretty good.
I feel like it's always been shootouts for them.
I feel like for the Dolphins, like they just kind of rely on their offense, putting up so many points, you know, that kind of gets their defense out of trouble. You know.
Yeah, that's very fair.
But I was gonna ask, when does Jalen Ramsey come back? Is he coming back at all
No,
this year?
late November, I think.
Yeah.
Oh.
If things go on schedule. Are the Bengals just a bad football team?
I think so.
They're not good.
I just don't think there's any chemistry in the locker room.
The team looks like they've never played together before.
And
It doesn't look like a team that's gone to a Super Bowl together. Like a lot of these guys are the same guys.
You can tell the disgruntled attitude is growing by the loss.
Yeah.
Like now Jamar Chase is chirping.
Well, he's been chirping, but like in the locker room, he's talking. He's like, "I'm always open." They asked him about his lack of targets. He's like, "I'm always open.
Now
Throw me the ball.
Now he's AJ Brown.
Throw me the
huh?
ball."
I'm
Yeah.
always open. Yeah.
I mean, these wide receivers are divas. They're all always going to say that.
But it's like, what's changed from last year to this year?
So is there?
Like, so that like what big change?
They did start slow last year too,
Is
but
there-
not this bad.
their major problem the O-line?
How many points did they score today?
9?
3 or some low. Yeah. Wait.
The Bengals. They didn't look good. The run game doesn't even look good.
Yeah, 3 points. Dude.
Yeah.
Oof.
A
They
field-
couldn't
a
get
field goal.
one touchdown. Who'd they play?
The Titans, dude. The Titans won 27.
Oh.
Yeah.
You saw Derrick Henry threw a touchdown?
hung some touchdown points on him too.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. Hey, I mean, as a Steeler fan, I ain't complaining, dude, because I thought they were gonna be the number 1 in our division. They're last.
Did the
right
Vikings
now.
end up winning?
They
Yeah.
got their first dub today. I can't remember who they
played
played.
the
They played the
Panthers.
Panthers.
That was too close for comfort too.
21-13.
Vikings fucking suck.
Yeah. We had a couple overtime games today as well.
Yeah, the Colts and the Rams went into overtime. The Rams
blew a big lead.
they blew like a 23-point lead.
Is Nakua going to get a
He's
offensive
good.
player of the year?
Rookie of the year.
Is he a rookie?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean he definitely could.
I had
Or
him
like
in
breakout
our league.
player
I
of the
dropped
year or
him.
some
Yeah.
shit.
Can't believe I dropped him. He was projected like 1.3 points in week 1. I was like, I don't need this.
He got me
Look
31
where we're at.
today.
Yeah, look where we are. I got absolutely cooked. What other games do we have to talk about? Nothing
Oh,
really.
we could talk about the Cowboys game really quick.
Yeah.
It looks like if their defense can handle the game, they're going to win.
But the Cowboys, this is still fool's gold, right? This is a Fugazi.
I mean, you can see that their offense isn't great.
Yeah.
Dak seems to struggle.
Defense is good against-
I saw him throw a touchdown pass to CeeDee Lamb today.
Yeah.
Which I think that's his first touchdown pass to a
To a
receiver this
receiver.
year. Yeah.
Their defense just isn't good. I think their defense is good and shows out against bad offenses.
Exactly. So if you can beat the defense, Dak is not good from playing from behind.
Yeah.
And I think the Cowboys got a real problem if the defense struggles in a game.
Yes, I agree 100%. They're going to be exposed more when they play some harder games.
They got to play the Niners next.
Chargers.
They got
coming
you
up
guys,
yeah.
and then they got us.
They could very easily go 0-3 in these next 3 weeks.
I got a question for you guys. Who do you guys think the best team in the league is right now?
The Niners.
Before this, I was going to say the Dolphins.
I say the Niners. I mean, quarterback's always going to be at question, but their game plan seems to make up for it, and they're just all around so solid. Christian McCaffrey had 4 touchdowns today.
The Niners are good. Let's do it AFC, NFC. The Niners are good. I think the best team in the NFC. With a lot of, Eagles, Cowboys, real close right there. Some
Right.
people are still going to put the Cowboys number 2. In the AFC, the Bills since week 1 have been really fucking good. Before,
Week 2. Yeah, week 2.
Week 1, they looked horrible.
Yeah.
So after week 1, they've looked very good. I was going to say
same with the Chiefs. So.
Yeah, the Chiefs. But I would have said the Dolphins yesterday were the
Yeah.
best team in the league, and today I think that's clearly disproven.
The Ravens.
The Ravens
I like
did
the way
beat-
the Ravens are playing.
Yeah, they beat up on the Browns, and that Browns defense is the number 1 ranked defense in the league right now.
And the Texans aren't looking bad either, even though, I don't think they're going to do anything special. They look like they could be growing into a team.
Yeah.
I feel like they're kind of getting into their groove.
They're putting up a fight.
I saw them doing that against us today. They're like getting in their groove and like getting more comfortable.
You
I was
like,
like, fuck.
bullshit.
Yeah, it sucked.
So there was also the Canelo fight last night.
Yeah, it was.
To be expected.
Yeah.
Canelo's the greatest of his era. Like, he's one of the best boxers of all time.
I've seen him lose.
To Mayweather when he was a decade ago.
When he was like 21.
Yeah. Dude, he big brother Charlo, dude. Who does he fight next? I think Benavidez would be a good fight. That's the only one that makes sense. Or even the other twin. That'd be a good
We
storyline.
basically beat them both already.
The older twin,
That's what I said.
the older twin, the older by a minute to avenge his little brother.
Yeah.
Gets beat up too. I think that makes for a good storyline and sells.
At that point,
But I think
you're
as far as real
you're-
boxing fans go, Benavidez and Canelo would
if
be a
he
good one.
beats them both, that's their daddy.
Yeah, he's their dad for sure.
At what point does he retire thoe?
He's getting old.
And
He
he's
has- I think
beat.
he
He has nobody else to really beat.
I think he
dude.
has a few fights left on his contract. I know his contract's probably like another 3 or 4 fights, and he was gonna finish that out.
If he
I mean,
if he
so-
loses one of those though, does that hurt? His
maybe.
reputation.
So watching the fight though, you watched the fight, right?
Right.
Canelo over the past 4 or 5 fights, the biggest knock on Canelo has been that he looks like he lost a step. He's slow to start. Canelo's typically doesn't get going until round 4, round 5.
Which I saw last night.
No, he got off. He's never been that aggressive.
You thought so?
He was more aggressive from the opening bell than I've seen him be in the past 6, 7 fights.
I thought it was a pretty good even fight till like the 5th, 6th round.
Nah, he was winning them for early rounds too.
No, I'm not saying he didn't win those rounds, but it just seemed like it could have gone either way
I think
at
it
that
was
point.
the subtle thing. So he wasn't necessarily teeing off and landing a bunch of clean punches, but the way you cut off the ring. And you would see
yeah.
Charlo try to
No,
bounce
yeah.
out, and Canelo was cornering him exactly. Even if you're not throwing a crazy amount of punches, when you're moving the other
Yeah.
fighter, it's ring control. If you're moving them where you want them to go without throwing a punch, just based off your movement, that's you controlling the fight.
That's what happened to Adesanya.
Yeah,
Like there was
100%.
pressure. You're right. Canelo pressured him 100% of the time.
But Canelo had said that he was coming out to prove a point, and he started way faster than he usually does, and he was a way more aggressive Canelo than we've seen in early rounds. So maybe he has more juice. Maybe he's kind of reinvigorated right now.
Yeah.
I know one thing he did do different is he went and did his training camp up in Lake Tahoe. Elevation, you can always, when fighters go up and train in elevation, it's like that's a crazy advantage.
Yeah.
So I don't know what else we really have to talk about. What we're at time wise?
Yeah. What's it? Us?
18?
I mean, I'm not mad at it.
We can do a shorter episode.
Also, we're probably gonna shoot one more episode Thursday.
Yes.
Where I think we're all gone next weekend, right?
So no show Sunday. Then you're gone.
I'm
the
gone
following
for a
episode.
week.
We'll
Yeah.
have you in on via Zoom.
I'll do the Zoom. But
So-
yeah, we appreciate everybody watching.
Again, we'll still continue to come out with episodes. Thank you guys for watching. Until next time.
Go Birds.